What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by two things. Since we don't do any sponsorships here on the channel, I'll go ahead and chill them out real quick. The first is my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name Aftersound. And the second is a new podcast I just launched called Chasing Infinity. It is myself and ChatGPT as my AI co-host, and we dive into a wide range of topics in short form videos just like these. So check it out. Links in the description below, and I appreciate the support. Okay, guys, let's talk about tournaments because if you've been following the channel, then you know I have been on a campaign, a crusade against anytime tournaments. I really do not like them. I think they take away from the spirit of the game. They're not exciting, and the only benefit is that they allow people in all different parts of the globe to play the game together. Now, that's actually a big thing, so I don't want to diminish that. I think it's actually a brilliant innovation, and I think it was Cryptomancer that came up with it, so shout out to Cryptomancer. That being said, I think we're not getting rid of them anytime soon, and so therefore the thought that I've had around how can we improve them to make them better for the current situation, which is tactics that was introduced with Rebellion almost a year ago, right? So you can't even use tactics unless you're just manipulating your own team, but there's sometimes that you want to do things against the other team. That is something that we need to address. And here's the thing. I've been wanting this to happen. I've been really impatient about it, but the truth of the matter is it's going to need to happen at some point or another, because once land goes live, or more specifically, items and spells from land end up going live, that is something that will need to be added into the mix, right? There will need to be another step added in there. Now, maybe items and spells are things you can only do to your team, and it'll just be the same way that tactics are now, but ultimately it's going to serve the same purpose. So the only way that I can imagine this happening, right? The only way that I can think through it working with the anytime kind of vibe, which again, I know I campaign against it, but it's a great thing to have. Let me just clarify. It's a great thing to have. I just wish that our tournaments were a bigger marketing driver, and there was a bigger focus on doing them live, getting people into a live stream, whether it's Splinterlands official or different content creators, whether just doing them live and having it be this event rather than something like, oh, I wake up and I do mine and somebody else wakes up at 6 hours later in their part of the world. It's just very anticlimactic for me. That being said, getting back to this, the only way that I can see this working is one of two ways. Either you extend the tournaments so that they are now, instead of 2 days, they become 4 days, right? Where you have a situation where you put your team in, you come back 24 hours later, you can then apply tactics, and then round one completes. Then after 48 hours, right, the next 48 hours, you do the same thing for round two. The other way that you can do that is you could reduce the timing, right? And I think you can actually do that now, where it's like round one can only be or the rounds are only like an hour or something like that. If I remember correctly, I haven't made a tournament in a long time, but let's see if you do anytime tournaments. Yeah, so round duration can be like an hour. So again, there's obviously already flexibility built into here, so that's actually kind of cool, but you would have to add an additional step. So again, I'm just trying to think through the long-term implications of this. Obviously, my hope is that in the long run, we can reform tournaments to be something that is more of a marketing driver, where you have these official tournaments as not anytime, but live tournaments, right? Single elimination, I think is what's referred to here, and just have it be where people get to pop in. So instead of having and I've said this before, but just to reiterate, instead of having this Phyrexian Modern Silver tournament, right, and doing it anytime, take the $178 here and divide that by 4 or divide that by 3, make 3 tournaments, and have it every 8 hours over, starting 11 to at 7:30 a.m. my time, right? So then not only are there multiple, not only are there different timings for people, but you could actually join multiple tournaments. And then all of a sudden you have this thing where it's just like, oh, everybody's in, Discord talking to one another. Oh, I just beat this person, or blah, blah, blah. I'm sharing a battle and we're all doing it live, right? Or I'm pitted up against this person. It would make things that much more exciting, rather than just okay, a lot of times, especially like if I know I'm going to be busy and I haven't entered a tournament in a while because of this, it's just not exciting to me. And you have to pay on top of that. And I'm not excited. So it's like, if I knew I'm going to be busy, I would just put in all my tournaments. And then I actually don't go back and watch the battles. It's like, oh, if I made it to the next round, I made it to the next round. Oh, did I win something? I won something. It's just farming at this point. So I know I'm going back and forth with this. Like the whole point of this video was talking about how we can adjust anytime tournaments in the future. But I still do hope that we can get some kind of tournament reform here, at least for the official tournaments. But if we're going to have anytime tournaments, I just think that they're lacking. They're lacking severely in the newest and coolest innovation with the game. And that newest and coolest innovation in the game is going to get expanded upon with the land functionality, or specifically items and spells from land. So maybe the team, now that I'm thinking this through, like maybe the team is thinking to themselves, well, let's wait until land comes out and then we'll adjust tournaments. We can go in and, instead of updating the code base twice, we just do it once when there's both tactics and land. And sure, that makes sense, but it's like you're sitting on an opportunity here. And I know the team is, strapped for cash, strapped for resources. But in the meantime, that's kind of why I'm throwing the other idea out about, just reforming tournaments overall. But that's the short and sweet of it. I won't hamper on too long with this video, but let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What would you like to see from tournaments moving forward? Whether it's tournament structure and how they're designed, or tournaments, like what the SPS DAO offers in terms of tournaments. Very curious to hear your thoughts on this, but I'll catch you all in the next video and see you around the game. Take care.